morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. It's still morning here in Nashville, and we still have a little bit of snow on the ground. Not much, so I think this is it for a while. Yay! I'm sad to say this is our last chat that we're going to have for a while. Maybe we'll do this again down the road sometime, but thank you for being a part of this for the last 6 weeks. It's really been fun. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed having a little time to talk to you all via cyberspace. So today's topic we picked out from all of you guys writing in and asking all these wonderful questions. But so funny. I like today's topic a lot because I always, as an adult, once you start having children, the big question hovering over your head is, how am I going to be like my mother? Is it going to come out in any way? Is her personality going to come out in my personality and how I handle my children, my husband as an adult woman? So that is the question for today, our final question. In what ways have you become like your mother? Well, let me count the ways now. If you were to ask me this as a teenager, I would say, I will never be like my mother in any way. Not sure why I said that, because she's an amazing woman and very strong. She is a God-fearing woman, a Christian woman that's at church. When those doors are open, they are there, reads her Bible every day. Most importantly, though, she and my father both taught all of us kids how to work hard. Work very hard, treat people with respect, be honest, and treat everyone equal. So in those ways, I am like my mother. I hope to be more like my mother in those ways. It's a daily challenge. But one of the things that's becoming more obvious in my life as it continues day to day, my mother is a clean freak, okay? Everything has to be really, really clean. I am becoming more and more like her every day in that regard, especially in the kitchen. My mom has bowls that she still uses, that she has had for 50 years. Bowls, spoons, the things that I would break or melt or lose. My mom has had these things in our family for 50 plus years, and I'm not kidding. As long as my mom and dad will celebrate their 53rd wedding anniversary this year, she's had things that she still uses in her kitchen that she got the first year they were married. In that way, I'm trying to be much more like my mom, because in this world of everything being so immediate and us losing sight of the things that are real valuable to us as people and as a family unit, I want to instill in my girls a sense of pride in the things that they do have, and just because they may be able to replace it doesn't mean they should. They should take care of the things that we have. I learned that from my mom. So let's talk about. I want to talk to you. I'm talking way too much because I love this topic. Okay, let's get some of your ideas. Good morning. So how did you get your inner beauty? From my mom and my dad. I think I did. I think that because my mom taught us to be respectful of ourselves and of one another, I think it grounds you. It gives you a sense of self-worth and importance, particularly when you treat other people with respect. I think it builds for a stronger person. Let's see. This is from Lisa P. I'm like my mother in every way. I cry daily over that. Oh, don't cry. That's a good thing. What would we be without our moms? I mean, when I have these thoughts when thoughts come into my head like, oh my gosh, that just sounded like my mom, I think about my daughters and I think, one day they're going to be sitting in their kitchen with their family and they're going to say, oh my gosh, that sounds like my mom. And I don't want it to be a bad thing. I want it to be a good thing, as it is most of the time when I think about my mom. I like Tanya S. I like my mother, and my daughter is so much like me. Aww. See, moms are the best, aren't they? Yeah, loving. Peggy H. She says that her mom is loving and accepting, gives all the time, loves to bake for any reason. My mom's like that too. She has baked Christmas candy for so many years for everyone in the neighborhood that now they expect it. And she's getting a little older, and it's becoming more difficult for her to bake so much. So the amount is getting smaller, but she still does it, and she really enjoys doing it for the neighbors, for their friends. Which of your kids is most like you? That was another question that came in. Probably Audrey, our youngest, is most like me. And not sure if that's a good thing yet or not. Which of your kids is most like Tim? Most definitely Gracie, our oldest one. She is just like her father in every way. And Maggie falls in the middle. Kind of. Maggie's very much her own person, which is interesting to discover. I mean, she's often we wonder where she came from, which is great because it's exciting and it's an adventure because she's a little bit more difficult to understand, and so it becomes challenging. And we have to be a little more creative in how we deal with Maggie. She's easy. I mean, she's not a difficult child to deal with, but just in terms of, like Audrey, I can say, oh, I get that. I know where she's coming from. And of course, with Gracie, we say the same in regards to Tim. So that's what makes it so exciting when you have kids. How do you think, there's a question here from Lindsay C. How do you think music has brought out your inner beauty? Wow, that's a really good question. I have always had music in my heart. It kind of sounds a little cheesy, doesn't it? It sounds like a card. I have music in my heart. But I always have. I mean, ever since I can remember, I believe I began to sing before I began to talk. So I feel that music is a comfort for me. I enjoy discovering new music. I enjoy listening to music. It's exciting when new artists come on the scene and they're doing really well. That excites me. I don't get jealous at all. I've had so many questions from people over the years. They, oh, does that make you insecure or jealous when all the new people are coming out and taking your spot? And I absolutely have never, ever felt that way at all. For me, when someone is living their dream and getting to experience music in its greatest form, it's exciting. It truly is. Are the girls like you? I kind of answered that question a little bit earlier. How close, this is from Mallory L., how close do you remain with your mother, your father, and siblings? Very close. Very, very close. And as we get older, I think it becomes even more important. We realize their value. And their value in so many ways, not just about being there whenever we have a question about life, recipes, or just how to fix something, or to just say hello. But as you get older, you start to see more of your parents and how you deal with little things and everyday life issues. And I think at that moment, for me anyway, I realize how important my parents truly are and how great they are as parents and raising us. I mean, Tim and I, our oldest daughter is 12. She'll be 13 in May. And this is still a very easy time. You know, we were just talking about this just yesterday morning, how we really need to enjoy this moment because we don't have a teenager yet. But think about when your kids start driving. I mean, some of you out there probably may have children that are driving already. I remember my mom saying, "Oh, just wait. You know, you have it so easy right now. Wait till your kid starts driving and they're in a car, and you worry about them nonstop." And I think to myself, all those times that my mom would sit up waiting for me to come home after I got my driver's license, I would be doing the same thing. So it's interesting how it all just kind of comes back around. This is Bridget A. Today is the 6th anniversary of my mom's passing. Oh, and I miss my mom terribly. I feel more like my mom. I look exactly, I actually have tears in my eye. I look exactly like my mom. I have her mannerisms, and now that I'm getting older, I find myself using my mom's expressions more and more, and I now fall asleep watching TV at night, just like my mom used to. That's a beautiful story, and thank you for sharing that with us. And all those ways you can remember your mom on a daily basis, and she keeps coming back and reminding you of how wonderful she was, and thank you for sharing that story. Well, I guess I'm probably going to have to wrap it up. I hate to, because there's so many things that I want to talk about. And again, I thank you so much for taking time out of your day to sit and chat with me for a little while, and we will try to do this again, okay? We'll figure out another way. God bless, and call your mom today. If your mom has passed on, just take a moment and think about all the wonderful, wonderful things that your mom, all the wonderful ways that she means to you. Okay? God bless. Bye.